met a young lady. She grew up very healthy, active, and energetic. But at 11 years of age, she had a pain in her side that wouldn't go away. The doctors removed her appendix, but it didn't help. Her health still continued to go downhill quickly. She lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks. The doctors were baffled, couldn't figure out what was wrong. Her legs became weak. She lost movement in her arms and hands. She couldn't swallow her food. When she went to speak, her words were not there. She described it like somebody was shutting off the circuits that controlled her mind and her body. She ended up in the hospital in a vegetative state, not able to move, not able to open her eyes or communicate in any way. She was gone. The doctors finally diagnosed her with a rare autoimmune disorder that caused swelling on her brain and spinal cord. They told her family that she would be a vegetable the rest of her life. There was a good chance she wouldn't live that long. Against all odds, her family believed that God was in control, that He could restore health back into her. Her brothers and parents, they would hold conversations with her, talk to her like she was still there. Month after month went by, no sign of any change. 2 years later, this young lady woke up on the inside. She still couldn't move, couldn't open her eyes, didn't look like anything had changed, but now she was aware of everything that was going on. She was trapped inside her own body. She couldn't tell anyone she was there. She could hear the doctors telling her parents that she was gone and there was no chance of recovery. She could hear her mother telling her that she loved her, she was going to make it. Every Sunday in the hospital, her mother would turn our program on the television. This young lady would hear us talking about how God is a healer, how He can do what medicine cannot do. All through the day, laying in the hospital bed, paralyzed, not able to move, instead of feeling sorry for herself, in her mind she would say, I am a victor and not a victim. Thoughts would tell her, you're trapped. You'll never get out of this trouble. She would answer back, no, my time is coming. This is not how my story ends. She prayed that God would give her parents a sign that she was still there. 3 years later, she was able to open her eyes. Still no other movement. Her mother said to her, if you're in there, if you can understand me, blink once for yes. She blinked once. They knew she was there. That was the start of a long journey back. She learned to talk again, to eat again, to move again. And in September of 2010, 4 years after she became sick, she was able to go back to school once again. Everything woke up except her legs. She was paralyzed from the waist down. And she was grateful to be alive. She was happy to be out, but she wasn't satisfied. She knew what God started, He was going to finish. She had been told she would never walk again, but through faith, hard work, determination, and training, this last March, a few months ago, she defied the odds and took her first steps. She no longer needs a wheelchair, no need for crutches. She can walk like nothing was ever wrong. Today, at 21 years of age, she's one of ESPN's youngest on-air personalities. She's a model, an actress, a motivational speaker. My friend is with us on the front row. That's Miss Victoria Arlen right there. Come on, Victoria, can you stand? Look how beautiful she is. Strong and healthy. Victoria told me, she said, I wouldn't choose what happened to me, but I wouldn't change it. It was meant to stop her. Instead, it promoted her. What am I saying? Your trouble is transportation. You may feel like you're trapped in negative circumstances, trapped in depression, trapped in an addiction, trapped in mediocrity. Doesn't seem like anybody can hear you. You don't think you could ever get out. Like Victoria, that is not how your story ends. The same God that brought her out is the God that's going to bring you out.